Member, what is your point of order?
Madam Speaker, the member just attacked me. No. What I said on the platform. But the issue is, he's saying what I said on a political platform. Why don't he tell the country he broke his son on when she defend his mother from people?
His mic is off. Member.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. We're not interested in that. Who is interested in that?
Member from St. Catherine Southwest. Member from St. Catherine Southwest. Your mic was off, but I could hear you clearly. That's most inappropriate. That's not a point of order.
Are you, Madam Speaker? Are you asking me to draw it?
We don't want more abuse in there from you.
Are you asking me to draw it?
Yes, member.
No. If he can prove that I'm not lying, then I'll draw it. I'm speaking facts. So I can't withdraw facts.
So you are admitting
Member
that
from
you
St.
were
Catherine.
done.
Member from St. Catherine Southwest. That is not a point of order. Member.
Madam Speaker.
The member from St. Catherine Southwest. The member from St. Catherine Southwest, please. The member from St. Catherine Southwest.
So the ladies them over on the People's National Party side in a parliament expose Everald Warmington as a Marma man and a sissy man. Everald Warmington get up in a parliament and chase a woman them like him a sissy. So the woman them tell him plain and straight say them would have never date a man like him because him is a big mama man and a sissy man and a man will love chase and have two tongue and they would have never date a man like that. The female them tell Everald Warmington say them over on the PNP side a real man them date. Them not date mama man, sissy man and man too. And that Neville shame Everald Warmington because him love the name Marma man and sissy man. Everald Warmington even go as far as go in a people's house and chase them but whatsoever happen in their household. Now tell me, you're in a parliament, I deal with government business, and you get up and chase people about what's happening at their house. You is a mama man for you. Moreover, how can you get up and a chase woman? A two-tongue you get? Women get two-tongue. And you behave as if you get the two-tongue. And that's why the woman them shame you. Well, you don't even have no shame. Because people like Uno don't have no shame. People like Uno, we behave like Uno are the woman, Uno don't have no shame. But people, like and share this video. If you don't like and share this video yet. And also, subscribe to the channel. Because we have a lot coming up inside this update. Bless up to my viewers and my subscribers them. May hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful morning. Now my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In every any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now we have a lot coming up inside this update, so watch the video until the end. And like up the video, people.
The PNP Patriots and the PNP YO stand firmly behind the PNP's bold and progressive housing policy proposed by our party president Mark Golding, which seeks to allocate $1 billion annually through the National Housing Trust to assist young, first-time home buyers with their deposit payments. This visionary plan is a direct response to the struggles that are faced by young Jamaicans who dream of home ownership but are held back by financial barriers. Unlike the current administration, which has turned its back on the aspirations of our youth, the PNP is committed to creating real pathways to affordable housing, thus empowering a new generation to build wealth and stability for themselves and for their families. It is disappointing yet unsurprising that Prime Minister Andrew Holness has once again chosen to criticize a credible, well-structured policy designed to uplift low and middle income Jamaicans. His dismissive attitude towards solutions that address systemic inequities stands in stark contrast to the PNP's people-centered approach. While we propose long-term investment in home ownership, a proven driver of economic mobility, the Prime Minister instead pushes a $1 billion solidarity fund, offering one-time $20,000 handouts just months before a general election. This is nothing more than a thinly veiled vote-buying scheme, lacking sustainability and failing to address the root causes of financial hardship faced by Jamaicans. The priority differences are clear. $1 billion invested annually in helping young people to own homes, or $1 billion spent on short-term handouts for political gain. The PNP-YO and the PNP patriots believe taxpayer dollars should be used to create lasting change and economic empowerment, not temporarily designed to win votes.
Welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers them. Big up to all of my viewers, big up to all of my subscribers them. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now people, remember to like and share this video. Remember, like and share this video and also subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. Alright? Now, we are going to start off with Mark Golin. Great ideas and great plans and great proposal that he has for the Jamaican people, including the young people of Jamaica. Mark Golin are not trying to take the life of the young Jamaican men and women, or even the elderly, or set police upon them. Mark Golin are trying to uplift these people to make their life better. A whole heap of we grew up in a one-bedroom with a parent and with brother and with sister. And Mark Golin want that to stop because on realize the current government want that trend to continue. And that's why he put the price of house at 32 million, 35 million, 40 million. Well, the cheapest you maybe can get a house for right now and maybe $25 million. And guess what? $16,000 a week will never get you that. And guess what again? It is so difficult to get a house through what housing trust. So make we trust Mark Golin.
I am Professor Floyd Morris, Opposition Spokesperson on Housing and Sustainable Living. And I just want to take the opportunity to reject the recent claims of the Prime Minister as it relates to progress in housing development in Jamaica. Because you would recall that in 2020, he promised to deliver 70,000 houses over a 5-year period. But to date, we have not seen the delivery of these 70,000 houses. Instead, what has happened over the past 5 years, is that the government has delivered on average 2,300 units through the NHT. And we have seen in the recent fiscal policy paper where it was stated that NHT had projected to build and deliver 15,009 units, But for 2024-2025, it is a mere 2,754 units that were delivered. Mr. Prime Minister, that is not progress. That is failure. It is a colossal failure on the part of your administration. You are now talking about low-income earners, when for the past 9 years, your administration has been focusing on the higher end of the income market, building houses that cost from between 28 to 38 million dollars. Your administration have sold lots on the market for between 25 and 30 million dollars. That is not progress. That is failure. When the Portia Simpson Miller administration left in 2016, a one-bedroom unit was costing approximately $7 million. To date, under your stewardship, a one-bedroom unit is costing $12 million, and a two-bedroom unit which cost $12 million in 2016 is now costing over $18 million. That is not progress. It is failure, Mr. Prime Minister. But I say to Jamaicans, don't worry, because help is on the way. Mr. Mark Golding, the leader of the opposition and president of the People's National Party, have indicated a plethora of programs and policies that we will deliver, whether it be the rent-to-buy initiative, the 500,000 deposit for young people to pay a deposit on their homes, or the 50,000 houses that we intend to build for low-income earners that will see them not paying for the land portion of the housing cost. And we will be rolling out the Portia initiative to complete those Operation Pride developments that have been abandoned by the Holness-led administration, and tearing down zinc fences and building sidewalks to improve for persons with disabilities and senior citizens. Mr. Prime Minister, that is what progress is about.
Mr. Morris, let me tell you this. It no matter how you tell Andrew Holness about progress, the only people that he thinks should progress inside of this country is himself, his family, and him big shot friend them. We, the regular citizen of Jamaica, him no want we to progress. He want to keep we down under the ground. Even our beautiful teachers that are fighting so hard to put education into our children, him no want them to come to nothing. Such a wicked and a evil and a cruel man. You understand? And that's why we have a Damien Crawford to deal with them, the Jamaican liar, wicked party. Check this out.
Therefore, Mr. President, education is in crisis. We have had multiple conversations in the Senate for which I don't need to repeat. Right. But when the World Bank suggests that after 17 years of exposure, the average Jamaican student has a representation of approximately 11 years of effective education. And the latest report that we have seen suggests that only 18% of Jamaican students leaving high school achieved 5 subjects, including math and English. That 5 subject, including math and English, is tantamount to what would be the GED in the, and let me pause to recognize some 40s in the house as well. I see some eyes open on from the president himself. It sounds crazy. But 10% of 36,000 is 3,600. 20% therefore is 2 times 3,600. That would be 7,200. If the ministry's report that only 18% is getting 5 subjects, including math and English, it would suggest that that 18 is less than 20, which is less than 7,200. Those are the numbers that we have before us. It will therefore suggest that from this 36,000, approximately 28,000 have not achieved a GED each year. And if that's the reality each year, then it means that within 10 years, 280,000, and of our most effective working age 20 to 40. In that 20 years, we'll have over 500,000 not having a GED. The United States would never, I will not be delayed on such important document with banter today. However, Mr. President, there is in front of us a partisan report that we still have not tabled in the Parliament.
That's right.
It could not be that this report is so important for implementation, and yet there's not been a parliamentary debate for different representatives of different interests to suggest what they believe of the 365 recommendations. Indeed, Mr. President, the RJR News just yesterday reported the President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Dr. Mark Smith, voiced concerns about the country's capacity to fund implementation of the recommendations of the Jamaica Education Transformation Commission's report. Mr. President, there's no wonder that there's such anxiety among the stakeholders. Indeed, ETOC, which my colleague is mentioning, have suggested that at current 7 reported completed items of the 365.
7.
Within this 7, Mr. President, I'm quoting, one of the completed tasks is, and I quote, requesting approval for increased budget to support in-service training of early childhood practitioners, end quote.
Now, I say this, a whole heap of people see teachers. They maybe a drive a Chris car, a Chris bus, them just nice and go to school. But a whole heap of people don't know the amount of loan where them have a payback. Enough people no understand if you survive. Them take loan from TIP. Them take loan from JTA. Them take loan from all about the place. Credit unions, Scotia, JN, them take loan from all about just to survive. Because these place will quick to give them loan. So enough of them when they get paid, they don't get no money. All because they want a better life. Because what they might get, not enough to carry them through. Not enough to even make them have a nice home where them can sleep in, or have a drive where them can go, well, even send them kids go to school. Enough people don't know that. Enough people would look down on these teachers and say, oh, them have it. Government no need to give them no more. These teachers are going through a lot. You understand? I'm only hope that these teachers open up them eyes, open up them ears. Them say who have eyes make them see, and who have ears let them hear. Uno no give this man another chance in a government. Uno wise up, uno smart up. Why you think he must stay so close to the police officers them? Because him know him wrong them. So him have them close to him now, for them vote for him this coming general election. So now be careful, teachers. Be careful, nurse. Make we continue with Damian Crawford.
Immediate impact on the teacher have not been considered, and by extension, this is something that we are concerned about. The system lets the council act immediately, but makes the teacher wait months and possibly even years without income. This might be justice delayed and by extension justice denied. The appeals, however, can be extensive. As I said, they can go to the previous council. And therefore, I believe that the teachers should at least be paid to the first court opinion or the first court findings. That court is what the lawyers, that court is not the appeal court, that is the Supreme Court. At least the Supreme Court ruling, the teacher should continue to receive some form of remuneration as they move forward. The other thing that we found here is that the Board of Governance under the JCT Act, the composition is 6 teachers nominated by a recognized teachers association. Now, again, we check here, what is a recognized teachers association? Why is the JTA not named officially in the bill? So the JTA could be subvented here. 2 university representatives, at least one must be from UWI. And I wondered, with UTEC also being a government entity, the specification of UWI and seemingly the neglect of UTEC, I don't understand why was that done? And at some point, UTEC must be stopped treated as a bastard child. If it is, that is two university representatives, it could have ended there. If you're going to say including UWI, and I'm a graduate of UWI, so I hold no grief, but why UTEC was not mentioned here? And how could UTEC be in the vocational center, which we have all spoken about on multiple occasions, not included? It says also two non-university educational training institutions. I think that is kind of trying to put in the teachers' colleges. But I also know that many teachers' colleges, I know Michael, for example, is seeking to become a university.
Yes.
Life is not easy for the citizen of Jamaica, including the public sector's workers them. Life are more easy for a politician. You ever hear a politician a complain say, they will get this money and them not get it? Look how much percent pay increase you see politician get. 300% pay increase them get. Them not have no time to complain about them not get the right money, or they want raise up pay, or they want this, and them give themselves raise up pay. Our poor little nurse and teachers them, firefighters, will go out there every day, will put them life on the line for the people of Jamaica. They are the one that the government look down on and give them crumbs. Give them crumbs. Why don't you cut politician pay and increase public sector workers pay? If you love your people of Jamaica, no, you can't do that. You could have never do that. You done rich already, you know. So you can anytime now cut on a pay. Just like you can raise it up, you can cut it as well and give it to public sector workers right now.
President Traore, I am from Jamaica and I am praying for you. Come in the 30th. I don't know if they go march in Jamaica, but if they go march, I'm going to march. But if they're not going to march, I'm going to spend the whole day on my knees, praying, begging God to cover you, begging Yahshua, the Holy Spirit, to cover you from the plan of these enemies. When I was small, I remember Gaddafi. But I never felt it that much. Because at the end of the day, he was living in luxury. But you're not living in luxury. You are for the people. You are for the people. And I'm going to go on my knees. And I'm going to pray you up, young man, in covering. Stay covered in Jesus' name.
So today, the 30th of April, we are now ending April. And all over Jamaica, they're going to march in support of President Traore, a president that remind me of Michael Manley, that stand up for his people, a president that cut his ministers' pay and raise public sector's pays by 50%. A president that don't even want no pretty suit, just like a Michael Manley. And I can say, him remind me of the great Michael Manley. Trust me, people. When me check back on some of these old clips, you can see just like how them make a lot of attempt half of him life, half of him 3 points. At the same way, them did make whole heap of attempt half of Michael Manley life. When these people realize that they cannot control you, them can't use you as no puppet, they will try to take you. And that's why I say to you, each and every day, pray for Mark Golding, because nobody now can have Mark Golding like no puppet. Mark Golding is for the people, and I know that Mark Golding will stand with the people of Jamaica and now go make nobody push him around like no puppet. So we have to pray for Mark Golding in the process, because Mark Golding will be just like a Michael Mandy and President Traore. You understand me I say? Until then, people, I just want to know, say, we the people of Jamaica need to stand up on our feet, stand up for each other, and stop bow to the system. You understand me I say? Now I am going to leave you with this video so you guys can keep watching and take a listen. Take a look. It's about the whole police brutality business and all of that, people. Love on all. Big up on yourself.
Madam Speaker, the recent 30% reduction in murders in 2024 is a welcome shift after 8 years of escalating violence under the GLP administration. However, this decline follows a grim reality. Under this GLP administration, regrettably, more Jamaicans have been murdered than under any previous two-term administration. Had the government maintained and strengthened the PNP's pre-2016 strategies, it inherited, less people would have been murdered. Indeed, that would have accelerated the downward trajectory begun under the People's National Party. This decline, while encouraging, is fragile. Jamaica's homicide rate remains among the highest globally, compounded by unchecked financial crimes and mass shootings. The JLP's reliance on state of emergency as a blunt instrument that eroded community trust and damaged livelihoods. That has proved disastrous. Their approach mirrored net fishing, indiscriminately sweeping up innocent young men and children while failing to dismantle criminal networks. There is a better way, Madam Speaker. The PNP has long championed a balanced approach to security, one that pairs enforcement with prevention. The new Commissioner, Dr. Blake's recent endorsement of focused deterrence, targeting the 1% responsible for 70% of violence, validates our stance. This spearfishing strategy, combining intelligence-led operations with community engagement, has driven the 2024 decline. Madam Speaker, the opposition had been pleading for this approach for well over 8 years, and it fell on deaf ears because the Prime Minister, the de facto Minister of Security, and supported by the former Commissioner of Police, maintained an exclusive, tough-headed, aggressive pursuit of looking tough, exclusive military approach that have only served to plunge the country into a state of deepened insecurity. So, we commend the President Commissioner Dr. Blake for his leadership and the new approach he has brought to the JCF, one which the Minister made mention of today. His approach aligns with our 2023 proposals, which is court-supervised detention of high-risk suspects, expanding the Jamaica Eye Surveillance Network, and yes, we welcome those increases the Minister spoke of today, and balancing enforcement with social intervention. Mr. Speaker, this model respects constitutional rights while delivering results. Mr. Speaker, the global data supports this approach as the most effective in achieving sustainable security for our country. In this regard, I give this Parliament and my fellow Jamaicans the solemn undertaking that the next PNP government will commit the necessary resources to the JCF and its allied entities to ensure continued and widened success in sustained crime reduction and citizens' security. It's not just about reducing crime rates, but also about improving the quality of life and creating conditions where people can feel safe and thrive. In all of this, Mr. Speaker, the JCF is a very important institution. No one is denying that Jamaica's crime problem, but we demand accountability and public safety to go hand in hand. The JCF, while striving to serve and protect, must respect the rule of law. In order for us to begin to address crime seriously, citizens and the state need to work hand in hand. This cannot be achieved if there is a low level of trust between citizens and the JCF. What we need is a fully competent, motivated, and resourced team. The next PNP government will accelerate the use of body-worn cameras by members of the JCF. Body-worn cameras protect both civilians and officers. If we can justify their use in low-risk situations abroad, we must demand them here, where the risks are life and death. Body-worn cameras are essential to show whether the force used was justified, as well as to protect both lives and truth. The inconsistencies revealed through body-worn camera footage in countless instances underscore how vital these tools are, not only for ensuring accountability, but also for protecting the integrity of the justice system. Justice cannot be reduced to hollow rhetoric. It demands concrete, unwavering action. We assure, Mr. Speaker, every Jamaican that any practice of the police that seeks to undermine respect and all that we expect in a free and democratic society will not go unattended. After all, it is the trust and collaboration between the security authorities, inclusive of MOCA and the JDF and others, that is imperative and indispensable in achieving a sustainable, safe, and secure Jamaica. I mentioned earlier the need for a motivated membership of the JCF and others. We note the welcomed increase in the enlistment in the complement of the JCF recently. It has been a long road to get to that level of enlistment. We are also aware that while enlistment has been a challenge, retention was perhaps a greater challenge. In this regard, the next People's National Party administration will prioritize dealing with those issues that will further encourage police officers to remain in the organization. Mr. Speaker, growing up as a child, I recall very well how competitive it was to become a police officer. Being a profession of choice, we must endeavor to once again let being a police officer a career of choice. Mr. Speaker, it is for these reasons that I assure all rank and file members and officers of the JCF that the incoming government of the People's National Party will have your back in your chosen career of service to your country, our country. Jamaica needs the best that you can all offer, to be a safe, secure, and harmonious country for all.